All right, greetings, gentlemen and ladies. This is Don Val. I want to bring you this new edition tools. Of course, whenever we get a new system that works, we also keep you up to date on that particular tools. So these tools you are seeing here is so wonderful, very wonderful tools for scalping. And if you just follow the principle, you make the whole lot of money on a daily basis. Make $100, 200, depending on your equity, $1,000 as case may be. All right. So how do we use this tool? So if you watch my screen, right, you see that this thing, the candlesticks here. Okay. If you see the candlesticks here, you see this thing has red part and it has pure blue part. You see we have red part, we have blue part, right? And we have a line. You see this line? The line also contains that same red that contains in this candle. We also have a blue or ash line that is also contain ash. Then within the indicator window we have this trend pattern, okay, this greenish, and we have it as a yellow. Let me find where it is yellow. You see all these places somehow yellow and all that. All right, so this is crash market. How do you trade this indicator with crash? Look at the current market situation. You see this thing spike from here. It is spike and spike. This particular spike, after this one spiked and is blue, the first spike, then the second spike as a red spike. So because it is spike as a red spike, that means the indication is that another spike will happen. Now this one spike and it's still red. So I have put in some trade here because another spike is going to happen again. That's why I put the trade. It's definitely going to happen, and because it's red, this window indicator is also red. Why this thing? It will reverse just like 5 candles or more when it get close, when the price gets closer to this line. When this now gets closer to this line, now it will spike higher than that, will be taller than this one. Do you understand? Why this thing is moving up a bit is because we have green background here. Though let me remove this okay, let me leave it. I'll leave it, but it doesn't supposed to come along with this. The indicator is just on its own. So I added this thing to confirm things. But whenever you under this indicator, I'll give you this momentum sensor along with it. This momentum sensor. So because this thing is a green background, that's why it's going to grow up to 5 or more candles before spiking. And that is why I told you, when this price that is moving up gets closer to this place, what will happen? It will spike again. So how do you take your buy entries on 1 minute? Whenever spike happen, palm crosses this thing below and move buy, then within this buy, this candlestick that crosses this line is a blue candle, pure blue candle. That is to say, you can buy and hold for 5 candles. You can buy and hold for 5 to 10 candles. But I recommend 5 to 7 candles. Whenever this line crosses, whenever candlesticks, the price crosses this ash line with this blue candle. Do you understand? Let me tell you. You see here, this one crosses with red. This one crosses this line with red. So you don't take this one. You don't take it. Do you understand? Because it will have a very nearby spike. This one crosses this line with red. So you don't take it because it's going to spike. Do you understand? This one also do get to the distance. It didn't cross and spike because it's a downtrend. Because of this spike, this spike as a red candle. That's why it keeps spiking. So let me give you some potential entries. You don't trade this one. This one cross with red. You don't trade it because it will spike very soon. That is why it is spike. It's a downtrend move, right? Here is an entry. You see, this one crosses this line with blue. You can just hold for 5 to 10 candles or 7 candles. You move out. This one crosses. Then this one crosses with red. But one red is only one red that is up. Anyone that crosses with 2 red, maybe this one is red and the next one is red, don't enter it. But anyone that cross with 1 red, then wait for the second candle to close. This one now, as far as this one is blue candle, you can enter and hold for 5 to 7 candles. All right, this one you don't enter this one. This one crosses this line. This is the line we are talking about of crossing. This one crosses this line with red stuff. Do you understand? You don't enter this one. Do you get me? This one crosses with one red. You can enter, right? You know, I told you each one that crosses with one red candle is an entry. The one that crosses with pure blue is an entry. But the one that crosses with pure blue is more stronger than is more stronger. So this one stretch well, but you don't enter it, right? So let me be showing you. You see, how do you know that there is more spike? You know, this spike happened here and it's blue. It shows bullish momentum. This thing crosses with the blue. You can enter and hold for your 5 to 7 candles. Then when this one spike, this one now spike as a red spike. So as a red spike indicates that more spike will come, and that's why you see the trend continues until after here where it brought what? It brought blue background. I'll tell you more about this background after explaining this. Okay, so let's look for more buy entries. This one is a buy entry, right? Because it crosses with the blue. I hope you are getting it. So it crosses it with the blue. Do you understand? Then you know, when this thing spike, after a while I will show you something that will make you to know that the spike will continue to spike. Do you understand? I will show you something to know that this spike has happened. Is it going to happen again or not? Okay, let us talk about the spike aspect of the twos. Let us talk about the spike aspect of the twos, right? So let me go back to the market session. You see, this thing just crosses the line with red. You see, it's still red. So you still don't enter because it's definitely going to spike. Do you understand? The price that crosses this line is red. So it's definitely going to spike. What it want to do now, since it has crossed this thing without spiking immediately, so it's just want to retest here. It will retest here and pull a very long spike from there downward. That is only if it can get there. Do you understand? But it's definitely going to spike. As far as this one remain red and yellow, do you understand? It's definitely going to spike. That is the expectation. Then what are we saying? Okay, we want to talk about the spike aspect of the system, right? So how do you catch the spike with them in case you want to catch spike? Though the system is coming along with this coao, I will give it along with you with this coao, with this momentum sensor, right? So whenever spike happen, let me start from back. Okay, let's even start from here. You see this one spike and get green, blue. This one spike and get blue color. This blue color indicates that there is a little bullish momentum. But because it is spike and crown this yellow, you see this yellow dot on the head. This yellow dot on the head is an indication that the spike will continue. And that's why it's spike here. And as it is spike here now, this one spike and spike below, you couldn't cross that line again, and the line itself turned red. You see this line turned red, and this spike that happened here couldn't cross above. It spike below. So it gives you an indication of a continuation of what spike. And if you enter trade from there, you catch this one. So when this one spike now, this one spike can bring out. When this one spike, it brought about this red background. Spike this one, red background. Spike this one, no background. Spike immediately on top of this one. Now bring this green blue background with blue dots at the bottom of the candle is an indication that market will move 5 candles away before it spikes again. And you see it move more than 5 candles, though it will move and cross this line, but it's still red. And I told you when it cross with red like this, don't enter. Now here it is spike. This one spike and relax on top of. You see the spike has happened. Look at the spike now. The one I'm telling you that it will happen. You see that is the spike. You see it carry something for head. It will spike again. Do you understand? And why is it spiking? Because this spike happened. The spike happened here as a blue, carry dot yellow, apart from carrying dot yellow self, it bring this reversal sign of Koao, and is on top a resistance zone. So it carry that yellow and spike and turn red. I told you when it is spike and turn red below this line, so you can just go in. Then you catch this one. After this one spike now, it bring about this blue background, of which I told you whenever it is spike and bring blue background or green background, that is going to hold for how many candles? 5 to more candles before spiking, and it has produced up to 7 candle and now spike. And I'm telling you, see, this thing bring, if you look at the background here, is green, so it's going to make some move very close to this thing and then spike again. Do you understand? So it just form double bottom here. So it's just trying to pull up, but the momentum is not there. Remember, it still carry yellow for head, so it will still go down. So all this buy now is a pretending buy. Remember, the candle is still red, telling you that there is a sell momentum in the market. So it's a very powerful indicator you can use and make the whole lot of money in this system. So remember, I told you, if you are stingy, you will not make money in this system. If you are too aggressive, you will not make money. So get these tools. When you get the tools now, you see a change in your results. And what is the cost of the tools? When you chat me on WhatsApp, in fact, it's $50. The combination, the way it is, you get it with this. You know, when this thing is uptrend, let me talk of this thing now. So when this thing is uptrend, this one will be turning green. When this market is uptrend, the window indicator will be greenish. How does this thing concur with the upper this thing? So whenever the spike reversed, you see a cross. You see here, you see a cross between these two moving averages here at this point. When that cross happen, if you look at the candles, you see it will be forming below, either yellow or red. Yellow or red indicates sell momentum. Greenish indicates buy momentum. The same thing happened to boom market. When you change it to boom market, let me get to boom and see. Boom is opposite. Let me put boom market. Right? This is boom. Okay? So you see, you sell boom when price crosses below this thing. You see it move a while with blue. It start from red, move, cross with this 1 2 3 blue, shows you where the buyers, their momentum stops. The moment it started turning this color, this pink and red, you enter your market, and of course from there you can see that this thing has started doing down channel, red. So you continue with this one spike and remain red instead of green. You continue red, you continue red, you continue red, you continue. Then it's from here, this one that spike and crosses above this thing and turn blue. Is it blue? Yes. This one that spike and crosses, this one spike and cross, but it's red. You still hold your market because you know it indicates more sell momentum, and you continue. This one spike and end red, you continue. This one now spike and crosses over and turn what? Blue. Then you exit and take a spike immediately because it's going to spike more. You see it? And you see what shows you that this one will keep on spiking. This one spike and turn blue, return small, spike. The candlesticks here, none of them is red. So you see, none of them is what? Red. It's blue, telling you that more spike will happen. So upon jamming this line, it is spike again, still blue, you hold, spike again, still blue, you hold, spike again. It is sells and still blue, you hold, spike, get here, blue, you hold. Even this one, you hold until this thing crosses below here and turn red. You must have been in a very massive profit if you have started buying from here and end your buy from here, right? Because when it crosses and turn red, that means the trend has changed. Okay, as it started turning red, you can scalp from here. This one spike and still red, you hold. This one spike and still red, you hold. But this one spike, you know, we have some kind of lack of momentum here. Spike and turn blue. That is where you exit. So if you want to be catching spike with it, just allow this thing in a boom market, allow it to spike, and you see it as a blue candle like this. So what do? You just put your own buy and leave it, because definitely you are going to catch more buys. As far as the candle that is selling is more blue. Do you understand? This kind of a thing, it is spike and you see this candle blue. What do? You put your spike, you catch this one, it can't they sell again, can't they blue? You know, say more hope there. You leave this thing or you take your trade, you see. So that is it. Get this indicator, don't hesitate So what makes some of you now, you use your last money to go and fund account, but you don't have tools, you don't have formula that can hold it.